morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever the hell you're watching this Sunday shoot. We are back. It has been months since we have done a Sunday shoot. My co-host that I haven't spoken to on a podcast platform in weeks is joining us here. Jim Tucker, how the hell are you, my friend?
What's up, dudes? I just got in from my run like 5 minutes ago. That's why I'm a little bit late. I'm still dealing with the post-run sweats. Been busy, but life is good. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
How far did you run today?
12. So I did
12
last
miles.
Last week was the big one. We got 20 miles done. I did that. So 12 this week. My long one next week is 10, and then I'll be in Chicago Extreme Rules weekend. So,
really?
For the marathon, yeah.
Oh, that's right. The marathon's coming up. As you can see down below, he was with me when Tuck wasn't in here, but Ian's with us. Ian, how are you doing this Sunday morning?
I'm good. I walked a good 20 feet to my bathroom this morning. I'm still kind of feeling the morning walk sweat.
Get them steps in, baby.
Choose your fighter. Tucky with 12 miles or Ian to the fridge.
Yeah, so we're here. I'm excited.
We are here, and so is Robbie Collins. He says, are you ready for a good time? Yeah, Sunday shoots. It's been a while, but, you know, we're here. We're going to pop off on occasion. Hopefully we'll be returning every other Sunday. That was the original goal, I think, when me and Tuck first came up with this idea. As you can see, Erica isn't with us. It seems like Tuck and Erica are just dodging each other intentionally right now. What's up with that, Tuck?
I thought she confirmed in the text that she would be here.
She did.
Did she change this morning? I haven't seen my text all morning. So
she said she's crawling out of bed like a zombie right now, so she is not going to be joining us.
Yeah, I was too at 5 a.m. to get my run in, Erica.
You're crazy.
And here I am.
You're crazy. Ian, how's your weekend? You're still in college. You got to be doing something exciting over there.
I actually just went down to Purdue. That was my first time ever down at Purdue, so that was a good time. Went there Friday night. Went to Harry's and what's the other bar called down there?
Neon Cactus?
No, we were gonna go there,
Lloyd's?
but they were having another soft opening there. No,
Yeah.
not Lloyd's. Oh man, it's the one right down the street from Harry's. Nope.
Oh God, I don't know much about Purdue bars. I've only been a couple times. I'm an IE grad, but hey.
The bar wait for Harry's was a good hour and a half, so that was something. Haven't had to wait in a bar for that.
There's only a few bars at Purdue, so it makes sense that there's a long wait to get into those bars. Ryan Vogus is in here all the way from Colorado. He's there for a wedding, and then of course his father, Dirk Vogus, in the house. Last day of vacation, he says, "Go Bears!" Ian, thoughts? You guys face off against the Texans today. How's that game going to go?
I don't know. I have no expectations at this point.
It's going to be a Bears win. The Bears are going to win today.
Wow.
I don't want to say that. I want them to, but I don't want to say that.
Tuck, do you classify yourself as a Bears fan?
I've watched both Bears games this year.
Hey, me too. I was at the last Bears game.
The first Bears game, my buddy out here is a Bears fan, and our other buddy's a 49ers fan. They both came over last week. Bears Packers, buddy came over. This week I'm gonna watch Stag. Maybe because I'm out here, like that's like a thing I bring with me, that like Chicagoism. So maybe I'm more of a Bears fan now. I'm usually just a fan of my fantasy football teams, which are kind of ass, but I'm doing okay in the Leroy League. So I faced Tim Wilcher this week. So hopefully his
the undefeated Tim
defense and kicker. I know he's facing the undefeated Tucky. People aren't talking enough about that.
Wow. Too bad you're not coming home next weekend, Tuck. We're actually doing a Leroy Fall Wiffle tournament next Saturday.
I saw that. That'll be pretty cool. I'm excited to hear how it goes. Fall weather. We had a great fall day yesterday. That chilly morning, pleasant afternoon. I was ready to put on a flannel and eat everything pumpkin. So I'm ready.
Yeah, and that means it's also soup season, chili season, all that good stuff.
Soup season.
What's your favorite soup, Ian?
I'm a clam and chowder guy.
You would be.
What? Clam and chowder is good.
It's an outlandish thing.
Couldn't be me.
Tuck, give me a normal answer. Tuck, give me a normal answer, Tuck. What's your favorite soup?
Soup. Okay. Non-chili related. Soup is Zuppa Toscano. The from Olive Garden. That one's undefeated. Like a loaded baked potato soup. 2.
Okay, that one. Yeah, that's pretty
you
good.
could get me going with that classic chicken noodle. But
There it is.
I'm not gonna act like I'm a soup guy, like a clam chowder guy coming from Northwest Indiana. Okay.
Yeah, what
I'm
kind
not-
of clam chowder is good? Is your mom make that or something, Ian? Or
No, I don't remember where
those
it's been,
Couch
but that's like my
clams hit
go-to.
different.
the
Yeah.
Couch clams? That could be your wiffle ball team next year.
No, not the Couch clams. We're not bringing them out.
Oh, I thought it had a ring to it.
No,
Yeah.
can't compete against the Couch cream pies.
I'm a chicken noodle soup guy. My mom makes the best homemade chicken noodle soup. It's undefeated. It's never lost. We might actually be having it tonight for the Packers-Buccaneers game. So pretty excited to head on over there after we talk some wrestling. Robbie's going with lentil soup. What is lentil soup?
I'll look it up. I'll be on the call.
Tuck, do you know? Is that a UK thing,
It's like-
Robbie?
A lentil's like a bean, isn't it?
It
Oh.
looks like it looks like chili more than anything.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think I've ever had that. I mean, I've had like bean soup before, but I don't know if lentil is the word I would use for it. But hey, Ian, on the last podcast, we talked about AEW Grand Slam. Actually, you both didn't get the opportunity to talk about it because you guys weren't there. So let's go to Wednesday then, just to kind of get your overall thoughts. Ian, I'll go to you first. You like to say that you're an AEW guy first. So what did you think about this show overall on Wednesday?
So I actually tuned in about 20 minutes late, so I missed the first match. Right, I caught the end of it, but I liked the whole entire show. I thought it was pretty solid. Even the women's match, and you know me, I'm not a huge AEW women's division guy, but
Ian's not a big
match
fan of
went
women. So.
Tough scene. He doesn't
Anyway.
know how to respond.
yeah, I can't respond to that. It's like
Favorite moment from the show?
Favorite moment?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a toss, or obviously not a. That's a pretty easy lock with fucking
Soraya.
showing up. Yeah, I keep forgetting her name, but
It's
that was incredible.
Soraya.
Soraya.
Is it
She
Soraya?
tweeted it. Sir the way she spelled it, SIRREY, Rey Mysterio, Soraya.
Soraya.
Yeah, that's easier. I like
Got
that.
That was a tweet she
Okay.
put out yesterday. Like the tweet was, "It's Soraya."
Now we know.
Yo, my girl, Soraya.
Suck what you. Yeah, that's exactly what happened in Forrest Gump.
It's Forrest Gump. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Tuck, what do you think about the show?
Thought it was great. They were over 5,000 fewer people this year compared to last year.
Really?
But it didn't feel like that. The crowd was
No.
into it, and with the debut of Soraya, it was fun for me because it was like, okay, AEW is swinging back. They're not taking the Triple H era laying down. Tony Khan said he's not going to take this shit, and he's not, right? So I thought Soraya debuting was great. The title match was interesting to me. That finish, I didn't expect Mox to get it, but hopefully he holds it through Halloween, and I have an excuse to buy a replica belt for our bar crawl out here in Reno.
There you go. Ian, what's your thoughts about Moxley winning? That I will address Vogus's question here a little bit,
Yeah,
but I would like to get your thoughts on Moxley winning because a lot of us, and I think probably all of us three, assumed Danielson was going to get the win there.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me with him
No.
winning. Like, obviously, he's a great champ and a great wrestler, but I don't know. It confuses me really with where you're going to go with this title now, because
I mean, MJF's right there.
right. But the thing is, if you're going to have Moxley win it a third time, you might as well make it mean something instead of just a number. I don't want MJF taking it off him right away, but you also don't want them to have a title match, MJF lose, and then lose some heat.
Right.
So it confuses me. It would have been the smart move just to give it to Danielson, give him a little short title reign, say that he did it and won it, and then give it straight.
When is Mox going to have his vacation now?
Never.
I mean,
Never.
Come on.
Dude, he's the workhorse. I said it on Twitter and then on episode 114. John Moxley's the John Cena of AEW right now.
That's probably what
Yeah,
they're
well-
building to.
And in his book, when you learn about his like childhood and his upbringing, the only thing he wants to do is work. Like it's not like he views pro wrestling as it was his dream, but he just wants to work and show up. And again, how is the AEW world champion, 3-time AEW world champion, still doing GCW shows?
Mm.
Because
That's
he likes
the
to
thing.
work.
Doesn't he have a match coming up with Nick Gage for the title?
Yep.
Yes. He just
Busy man.
I don't know. He probably wasn't even going to have a real vacation. It was probably just to go do more different, like other shows.
And he's having fun too, and I think that's a guy you could lean on, especially with your company as the head guy. I have nothing wrong with him winning the title. It just
No.
doesn't make sense business wise and I guess story wise, honestly. But
Because you would assume MJF's going to take that from them in the
Yeah,
first title match.
absolutely.
Because you could, like you said, you can't have MJF get that title opportunity and lose it. Like
right,
with this chip, I think they need to have it lead to more championships successfully cashing in, because every time somebody wins those casino battle whatever matches, they lose. Like they get that title match and they lose. I'd like to see it being more successful, Tuck, kind of like the Money in the Bank is for WWE.
The only thing people care about, like the reason people care about Money in the Bank is now because of the stats that come with it, the odds that come with it. You know how many times people have been successful in cashing it in. So like it makes the advantage of that more credible. The chip right now, it's you can win it and you'll definitely get a shot. You'll get a chance. But with Money in the Bank, it's like I've got an 85% chance. There's like a lot of people have been really successful, and then you have right now they only have like the research or the film to study people who fail, when in WWE you have all of these different layers and stories that become unique callbacks in future matches because they have the history to it. And like you said, I hope they just make it mean a little bit more. Just care about the chip specifically. I like the ladder matches are usually fun, but the chip itself is like the afterthought. Who's the Joker, and then whoever gets the chip. That's like the appeal.
Right. Yeah, the Joker always gets a really good pop. And if you're watching live right now and you have any questions for us, something you want us to talk about, just put it in the comment section. We'll get to it. There's no plan here. We're just shooting. So let's get to what Ryan Vogus said. He wants Ian to address the backlash on your comments on Paige in the past. In the group chat, Ian has stated that Paige could not hang with the current women's division. Would you like to elaborate on that statement that you made a couple months ago?
Yeah, I'm still gonna stick to that. I mean, obviously, you got to wait until she gets into the ring. It's gonna take a little bit long. If she's really coming back to wrestle, I will still stick by that. New age women's wrestling should do better in AEW because it's not as, I guess, fine tuned and polished. But I don't think she's gonna be putting on 5-star bangers of matches with like in the new terms of wrestling. I still will stick by that.
Well, I don't think anybody is expecting her to go in there right away and just, put on amazing matches. I mean, there's going to be ring rust there. She hasn't wrestled in, I believe, 5 years or something like that. So I don't think anybody's expecting her to be the best wrestler in the division. But when you bring her in, that's a star. That's a solidified star in the landscape of professional wrestling that AEW kind of lacked.
I guess. Well, I should reiterate that I wouldn't be surprised if the star power. You have a person coming back after 5 years after she was supposedly done with wrestling business altogether. I was not arguing that if she came back, it wouldn't be anything crazy because obviously we've seen it. It's going to be could be a huge momentum shift for the division.
Mega pop too when she came.
Right. Yeah. Like in the terms of that, it's going to help, but in the ring, I don't. Sure. Let's see what you could do, I guess. I'm not expecting anything crazy.
I mean, that's fair. Tuck, how do you feel? Because I think, Tuck, you kind of missed the boat right on Paige when she was in WWE.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I don't bring anything into it, so I'm excited to see how she does. I've really only seen the spot where she got injured from Sasha with the kick to the back and the movie. So that's where I'm at. So I'm excited to see how it goes.
My worry is that she's going to be another flash in the pan. That is my worry with her. You got to come up with something that she doesn't have to be in the ring full time and still keep that momentum going from coming back. It's whether that's a managerial position, that's a tough subject because people who get thrown into that position get kind of thought of as the last person in that group. And they need to be good with a good wrestler. But for what I'm seeing is Jamie Hayter. Obviously, that's probably the person they're going to go to with her managing in Jamie Hayter, which I'm intrigued by that. So That's my issue with it all.
Yeah, I'm excited for the possibilities they have for Saraya. I think she is going to elevate a lot of their talent. And like Vogus is saying, she can talk. That's her biggest asset that their other signings don't have. Because you look at like an Athena or a Ruby Soho, those two girls that came over from WWE were good in ring, didn't really provide much other than that. At least with Saraya, you kind of get that whole package. And I think that's going to blend well with like Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter. I mean, you have talent on that roster. Serena Deeb, Jade Cargill. Tuck, what if she's the one that we always ask? What if she's the one to take it off of Jade Cargill?
That would be a credible opponent, right? Like Jade is who's left until Jade ascends to the actual women's title. So
Jade beat Diamante, people, so look out.
I heard Nyla Rose is looking for an opponent, though.
Oh no, we don't need to go back to Nyla Rose. That was their pressing case of emergency. Every time they couldn't think of somebody, Nyla Rose. Here you go, get a title opportunity. Packers by 1 million. I agree. Mikey Wilson, Tom Brady stinks. We're gonna kick his ass today.
Better.
I hope so. Anything else though, Ian, from AEW that really has piqued your interest or you'd like to discuss? Because I have a few things on SmackDown I know I want to talk about.
I also want to say this is going to be really controversial, but how long do the Acclaimed stay on top and be fan favorites? Because that's another thing that scares me. I love the shoot from the hip and oh wow, these people are hot. Let's put them on a run here, but that can also bite you in the ass very quickly.
Can you hear my dogs howling?
No.
Okay. Let me know when you do, because my wife left. And my wife, she left. Toby's in the living room howling as if he's like, oh, he doesn't realize I'm home. So if you start hearing them, I'll go wake him up and be like, there's a human here. You're fine.
I miss those dogs, man. How the hell are they?
They're miserable right now because they don't realize they're not home alone. I'm here. They just can't see me. It happens all the time. So one of us will leave and they don't like, if they think they're in like home alone, they like howl forever, but they're good. Life is good.
I'll see them actually in a month. That'll be my first time in a couple of years probably that I haven't seen the dog. So pretty excited to make the trip.
We've got a great weekend. Bills, Packers, Sunday Night Football. Going to be great.
Yeah.
Which Sunday Night Football starts at 4:00 out here. So plenty of time for you to have the early bedtime for the early flight.
Hey, I don't know if you heard the news. Yeah, it's me, Ian, Dirk Vogus, and Ryan Vogus going to Smackdown on the 16th.
Find a better foursome. You can't. Find a better squad at SmackDown. You won't be able to do it. Is that at the Allstate? Yeah, it'll be at the Allstate. So, that's one hell of a stable right there. We need a stable name. Mm-hmm.
I'm not good at thinking of that stuff on the fly.
King's Court.
King's Court, is that what you said?
Yeah, and the Jester Kyle.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Wait, Ian, were we talking about something with AEW, or did you get it out of the way?
The Acclaimed. Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna wear out anytime soon. They've been over ever since they started. I think it's gonna be a success's title reign.
But it's like a Hangman situation. They were over because people wanted them to win a title, and now that they won a title. Another one is Wardlow.
That ain't working,
and it scares me.
The next thing is most important. Like they have to get into a meaningful, credible feud.
FTR.
Have it it's got to kind of be like hot. It can't with some champions you can go down a level and have them hang out for a minute. I think it's pretty important. Wardlow was red hot until MJF left. We got what we wanted out of him, the 5 power bombs or whatever. And I bought a figure. I got a figure, a t-shirt, and then it's like,
I mean, he's awesome. It's just there's nothing for him to do right now, and they haven't really booked anything for him. Vogus says it wasn't a huge build, that they waited too long to turn the title, though, like Hangman and Wardlow.
But it was as invested as the other two, as Hangman and Wardlow's build. Everyone was as invested in the Acclaimed as they were those two, which that's the thing. The fans drive the build.
That's true, but I also think in their tag team division, they got a lot more credible challengers lined up for the Acclaim.
Yeah.
With the singles, it's just so weird because they don't even like reference rankings anymore. And that used to be their bread and butter at the beginning. They'd talk about records and rankings. But when's the last time we've watched a Dynamite or a Rampage and they brought up their top 5 rankings?
And you got to remember, like, rankings that's it, cool in a different aspect, but stories drive the feuds at the end of the day. And if your only feud is with the guy your only feud is with the next guy up because he's got a good record, and that's the only reason you're having the feud of the match, it does kind of put some handcuffs on how you book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mikey's saying the issue is a good feud that the Acclaim can win, or an established tag team that's willing to lay down. And that's why I brought up FTR, because, they're already holding gold from other companies. And maybe this is a way to also turn FTR heel, even though you probably don't want to turn FTR heel right now just because of the reactions they get when they come out.
I was about to say they could bring FTR back and be like, wow, you guys we left for this long and you have these people that are doing some scissoring shit. They have this gimmick and you guys made them win the title. All right, let's take it back because we're actually good wrestlers.
Or Bogus is saying the House of Black could be good opponents for them too. Didn't they just lose though to who did they face on Rampage? Tuck, did you watch Rampage or no?
I barely ever watch Rampage.
I get that, but this week it was like the Grand Slam 2-hour special, so I was expecting it to like blow the doors off. It was okay. They had like a lot of babyface wins on the show, and the Great Muta showed up. Don't know much about him, but apparently he's going to work with Sting for his last match, so that's something, I guess. But yeah. That's a big thing though with the Acclaimed. I think they got to have a top tag team like an FTR, put them over. And Mikey Wilson saying Briscoe's from ROH, but
I don't think
they're going to be on AEW TV.
No, I don't think they will. ROH holds them pretty well.
They do. Tuck, let me ask you this last thing. I kind of want to talk about from AEW because I didn't get to talk to you on Wednesday. With Jericho winning the ROH title, do you think there is a TV deal looming?
I know there's a lot of talks about potential mergers in the 2024. What I think is happening, I think they're trying to lock something up prior to that, which from the ROH side would be a good push and a compelling piece of it. I also think like they're in control of the ROH titles, and Jericho's there and he's never won it, and he's on his way out. Give him a fling with it. So yeah, that's what I got.
Ian, what did you think about Jericho winning? That's another result that not a lot of people saw coming.
I like it. It's hard to take a title away from a guy like Claudio, but if you're really trying to go onto the business side and give it behind a champion that everybody knows the name of, Jericho's your guy. He held AEW and put him up to a good standard with their title, so it makes sense for me. I obviously don't like it because I want Claudio to win, which being worked, brother, but it's smart.
I was hoping Claudio would get a longer reign since he never actually won a world title in any company that he wrestled in. So it sucks that his reign was so short. And I think he only defended it 3 or 4 times successfully until Jericho defeated him. Mikey is saying, I love the announcers selling what a piece of shit Jericho is.
Cellaring.
It's like selling with celery.
Is that Paul Ellering?
Got any more talk? I know there's more.
No, that's it.
That's it.
I do have one more.
That one's right. That one's right.
Hey, he spelled that one right.
Yeah, missed a comma,
but fair enough. Ian, you've been watching anything going on in WWE, or you just kind of look on through Twitter?
I just kind of look through Twitter. But before we go into WWE, I'm going to take over real quick. So I have a question for you guys. I didn't watch Rampage Friday, but I just saw that Hangman won the world title match.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Why? Why?
Because
no. So here's the thing. You just had this whole thing with Hangman, and he kind of had a low blow on Punk. Say what you will about Punk, but he stood up for himself on TV with the whole Colt Cabana thing, and Hangman bringing that up. Hangman got hurt from that. Why would you give him a title shot against your biggest guy, John Moxley? Well, so as of right now, John Moxley. I don't know if MJF will have the title by the time Hangman challenges him. It doesn't make sense for me. Why would you give it back to Hangman?
Yeah, maybe this is just a bridge to get to MJF. Maybe they have that match on a Dynamite, and MJF comes in after the match that John defeats Hangman after like a 25-minute bout in the main event, and he just steals a victory away from him. Oh, we got some bogus banter going on in the comments. Is Erica at church? Absolutely not. I don't think she's a churchgoer. And then Ryan says, someday you'll spell her name correctly. No K in our Erica. It's just Erica. Erica will be back on Thursday, though. Tuck, are you still busy with your shiz?
I am. Another volleyball game. So right now I'm out. Unless I can arrange somebody else to keep score. I'll keep you posted.
Why do you and Erica hate each other?
Not at all. We don't hate each other at all. Life is great.
Come on, I'm trying to start something here. Behind the scenes feud.
Nope. I'm babyface.
But you said that one thing about her.
Yeah, the one you said off air. That was like we were like freaking out about because I was like, man, that's a low blow.
Like, man, that biatch not showing up for a Sunday shoot. What a biatch.
Yeah, like when I texted her and told her, I hope you had a great time at that wedding. It looked like you had fun. Friend.
Come on.
Yep.
Erica's old.
I texted her after that. I go, tell Mike he looked handsome. And then she goes, and? I go, what, are you fishing for compliments now? I'm not complimenting you. I was complimenting Mike. He looked handsome at the wedding.
Well, and she looked great as well. Don't do that.
She looked okay.
And old.
Ian, what kind of hat is that? Is that a Cubs hat?
Yeah, Cubs spring training.
Ian's facing Erica at the hypothetical OTM pay-per-view. He's got to keep the feud going.
I listened. That was a great episode. I listened to all of it during my 20-mile long run. That was the first part of it. So I listened to that, busted open and post wrestling. I got 3 episodes in on that one, but that was fun. I liked your card that, the main event is what it is. The Battle of the Steves.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting one. Yeah.
So, the Bogus is teaming up to face off against Ryan Matthews and Mikey Wilson, 2 guys that are always trying to win the MVM, but usually don't.
Yep.
Also, I'm thinking it builds into me joining the Boguses as kind of like the I'll be the Sami Zayn to the Bloodline.
Honorary vote. Ian's the honorary vote.
Honorary vote. That was awesome.
That
so
could be
fun.
a t-shirt.
Vote.
That I tweeted this out, I think, when I was watching SmackDown. I think Sami Zayn's probably the best thing going in WWE right now, Tuck.
Is it not hilarious that Sami Zayn is the reason why Bloodline is on SmackDown right now? Like, they're not in any really compelling feuds.
No.
Like
the story right now is within themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course that's the range that Sami Zayn has. I was like, okay, here's Sammy's opportunity to break away and get with Kevin Owens, and then he gets his own t-shirt. So
I thought they were going to jump his ass there. They start like circling him, and Jay never has bought into Sammy being a part of the Bloodline. That's the story going on.
And sold it well. He was big sad in the ring. He wasn't thrilled about it.
I don't know if you noticed, but I feel like every time they do these segments, Jimmy Uso, the one that's like still friendly with Sammy, is always cracking up during these promos and segments.
Extra geeked. Yeah.
I mean, Sami Zayn is so fucking good. And the eventual payoff with him going and getting turned on by the Bloodline is going to be extraordinary. I almost cried when Roman told him to take the shirt off. Yeah, I bought into it. I was like, wow, they really are about to do this right now. And I was very sensitive to how the crowd was reacting to that. What did all of the people there feel like it? And they were taken aback by it too. They were like, this is not great. This is not good. Don't do that to this man. We think he's part of the Bloodline, And I thought it was interesting when they came out because all of them had the We the Ones shirt except Sammy at the beginning. I'm like, shirt, right?
Okay, so he's not one of the ones. I just didn't expect him to be kicked out, the way he was.
Bogus asks, is Solo going to be the one to take on Roman? I don't think so.
Well,
The Rock is the one that seems to be the obvious choice.
Yeah, but if this is not the only title run that the Bloodline have, and Solo's the one to become the next Roman type figure, like years down the road, I could see it. I don't think I don't think in this window or this reign. Do you?
No,
No?
I don't think so. But I think eventually he could be elevated to the main event scene because, I mean, we've seen his work in limited time in NXT. It's fantastic.
That was one thing I was confused on was Solo winning the North American title and then getting it stripped. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like,
Was it for a picture? So all of them had gold at one point?
Yeah, the reasoning was just piss poor too. They're like, you're wearing a sanctioned competitor, so we have to take the title away from you, but we're not going to give it to Carmelo
Why
Hayes.
did they let the match happen?
Right. That didn't make sense to me.
They're literally in the back. They're right there. He walked out.
They're employed by the company that runs NXT.
Somebody played his music.
But Ricochet could face Carmelo Hayes, and that's okay.
Yeah, well, he would be sanctioned. Yeah. I don't know.
Bookmark this. He's going to go after Roman. I'll accept my credit later. Okay.
Well, that he as the MVM, like, yes.
He's not the MVM.
Oh
no, but like as a guy who's the MVM often, like
he's the GOAT of the OT or the MVM.
That's not going to be. It won't be shocking to us if it does come true, and he was right.
He's been right a lot.
We will acknowledge him.
There was a dude at Buddy's last night, Buddy and Pals, the bar over here. He was wearing a Miz "My Balls Are Massive" shirt.
No.
I can't believe somebody was wearing that. So he walked by and I go, "Miz is awesome." And he goes, "Dude, you're the first one to recognize this shirt." And I got into a conversation with him about wrestling. I asked him his thoughts on Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. He's like, "Man, I'm kind of tired of it right now." And his bold take was he thinks we're going to get swerved and Logan Paul is going to defeat Roman Reigns.
Oh my gosh.
Ian, what are your thoughts on that?
Could you imagine Twitter after that?
That
man would get canceled immediately from all the shit he's done in his life.
There wouldn't be anybody. There wouldn't be anybody else that gets more heat than Logan Paul. If he were,
that's not even like just normal wrestling heat. It would be like legal action.
Logan
heat.
Paul just going out of Saudi with 2 straps. I mean, he might not make it out of Saudi.
Is it for both of the straps, both the titles?
I believe so. I think that's how they're selling it.
I feel like it is, but that I don't really know. Let me find it.
Yeah, so I'm not 100%.
When do those titles merge? When does that become the undisputed title?
I don't think it's going to. Yeah,
really.
I think their plans were always just
USA wants a title on Raw, and they
eventually they will go back to the old.
They're starting to get pissed.
WWE it's gone on USA, and then Fox gets Universal. I'm sure eventually that's going to happen, but it's just like with Roman Reigns right now. Who is going to defeat him? It ain't going to be Theory. Theory's not cashing in. And if Theory does, I only see him winning 1 title. I think the rules firmly state that if you cash in, you get 1 world title opportunity, not 2.
Yep. You choose your title. Yep.
Which is why I thought Drew, and I had that conversation with him. I was like, I thought Drew was going to be the one to take it from my class. He was like, nah, man, Logan Paul. I'm like, okay. His balls are massive, though.
Yeah, his balls are massive, and he's probably that man was probably intoxicated at some point, so that makes sense.
Hey, Buddies has a golden tee now, Tuck. It's a fucking game changer.
I saw that. That was kind of that's got to be cool.
Did you find what they're booking for?
It is for the undisputed title, and when Logan Paul initially pitched facing Roman Reigns, Triple H laughed out loud.
Really?
Yes. Because he didn't. This was back. Well, like that was back when Logan was signing the deal, like around SummerSlam time, and he didn't necessarily realize kind of like Logan Paul as a whole, and didn't realize who or how much he was like, how much of a big deal he was going to be. So he was like, yeah, and eventually challenging someone like Roman Reigns, I think that'd be great. And he laughed in his face.
A lot of people are mad that match is even happening, but. And I get it. They're like, oh, he's only had 2 matches and won 2. This isn't AEW where you need to stack up wins to earn a title shot. It's WWE, so it's
an interesting spin on the title shot on a show that shouldn't matter because it's in Saudi. Like,
and the Saudi people are going to eat it up. It's probably going to be a good match. I think
it will be.
I think your story in that match is pretty easy to tell. You have Roman kind of overlooking Logan Paul because he's just outsider coming in for this title opportunity. And Logan catches him off guard a couple times. You get some near falls at the beginning. but then eventually the tribal chief takes over
This
and
is-
he just beats the shit out of him.
This is almost exactly like McAfee versus Adam Cole when that was all building.
Yeah,
The David
in the
versus
main roster
Goliath.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss Pat McAfee. That sucks. He's not on commentary.
I know.
Smackdown.
He's doing good shit for College Game Day though, but eventually Pat will be back, I'm sure. And I'd like to see some more matches from Pat too, because I mean his one with Corbin was solid, and the matches with Adam Cole, and then his WrestleMania stuff was fantastic. So
He's good.
Maybe I think we might get him at Mania again.
yeah,
I could see that.
I think he'd be good for a Mania spot every year. I mean, that's kind of what Triple H was until he had to retire from in-ring. He would just pop up at WrestleMania. Now you don't have the Undertaker streak either. So there's things you can make happen.
187 days.
Whew. I can't wait. I still got to buy my flight.
Mine were purchased. I'm ready to rock.
I mean, I got money. So I texted Vogus. He
You
never
did.
responded to me. I'm trying to book the same flight so we can fly together, because it wouldn't be fun flying by myself.
Just have Vogus, just go ahead and put your credit card information in the chat. The 3-digit code, expiration, all that.
I was
Just
gonna
put
say,
that
can you
on
add
the
me to that
Facebook
group chat?
comments and chats, just right here.
Yeah,
and then
in front of everyone.
and then Gags can take care of it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It'll be totally safe with everybody watching the OTM Sunday Shoot.
Jimmy's
Which we
gonna get an AEW belt
that's happening.
with Vogus's credit card info, hopefully.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
gotta leave it in the chat.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say there's like some replicas on Amazon. The one I got was only $160 and it's solid. You've seen it.
I can get an official one from shopaew.com for only $800.
Oh, that's a bargain.
Yeah. Technically
$800?
$799.99. So for less than $800.
That seems like a steal right there. What was it? I wanted to buy the Acclaim now have their jerseys on AEW shop.
Oh,
$100.
I would pay $100 for a Street Profits Bulls colored
Yes.
basketball
Yeah.
jersey. But the CM Punk hockey jersey, $125 for a screen printed hockey jersey. It's not even embroidered and stuff like pro jerseys are. Give me a Street Profits one with the double stitched embroidery, like nice jersey. I'd pay $100 for that. But a screen printed basketball jersey for $100, come on.
No, thank you. Street Profits versus the Acclaim would probably be on my and I want to do that show concept again, Tuck. We were talking with Erica about it. The AEW versus WWE Dream Card. Maybe we'll do it towards the end of the year or next year. But I think Street Profits versus the Acclaim would be on my card for sure.
Oh, that'd be great.
Battle of the jerseys right there in the promos. Something else though you watched SmackDown then, right, Tuck?
Mm-hmm.
I liked what they did with Liv Morgan on that with that match with Lacey Evans. She showed a different side of her, kind of channeling her inner Shane McMahon by jumping off the turnbuckle through a table. We kind of, I wouldn't say we, but others have bashed her title reign and her character, but I think over the last month she's kind of caught her stride as a champion. What do you think? Because you were one of those that were kind of critical.
We've all been critical, but that doesn't mean negative. We were just watching with a close eye. Her reign is like a mid-tier reign right now. It was low. Like, what are you going to do with it?
Nikki ASH level at the beginning.
And she's in a new tier now. She's not at the top yet, but her run is getting stronger. And the Extreme Rules gimmick or that stipulation does give her plausible credibility to beat Ronda Rousey if she can utilize weapons properly. Still saves Ronda, allows Liv to hold the title still, which I think adds to both of them. So
I don't know how Liv wins that match.
It's got to be with weapons. That's how she's going to win the match. I think that's why I think it's brilliant that Liv can get another win against Ronda, but it's still, Ronda lost because she got put through a table and smashed with the bell instead of Liv like hack winning the way she did it.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to see Liv like handcuff Ronda to the turnbuckle or the rope or anything. I feel like that would make her look more like a heel if she were to do something like that and get the win. But yeah, I guess if you get the weapons involved and everything, and then you're going to be billing Liv as the person that beat Ronda Rousey 3 times. That's That's going to elevate her.
Yeah, that resume looks a lot different than what we thought initially it was, or her resume kind of up to that point, like the cheeky underdog. Now she's becoming a credible threat. She's showing range by working smart and using her strengths, and she can also be extreme or tough. Do those big spots too.
Ian, you a Liv Morgan guy?
I think I spoke on this before. I don't know too much about her reign, but from an outside perspective, she's not extremely believable as like a dominant champion. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Fair enough.
It needs to be proven to me. It needs to be proven to me.
Yeah, Vogus. He said, speaking of tables, did Julia Hart take the worst table bump of all time?
I just looked that up. That looks awful.
Oh,
like only her butt cheeks got through the table. Like the only thing that went out of the table was the cutout of her butt. That was rough.
It is pretty funny. I'm currently watching it on repeat right now. There is a butt cheek. It is a.
That's why you're watching it on repeat.
No.
It is the perfect butt cheek. He says, "Clip that."
Ian's kicking off his Sunday, wishing he was a table.
He ain't gonna say no.
Anyways, we got next question. The Benoit sighting.
Oh, wait, let's pull that up. Did you see that in the group chat, Tuck?
Was there a picture with it or just
he sent the picture this morning. He said thoughts on my Benoit sighting. Apparently Vogus was at a wedding with Benoit.
And he's
yikes. Yeah. Jesus. That's something right there. Another thing from SmackDown, Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre. This is the Karrion Kross I think we all wanted to see once he initially got that call up, and they're not fucking around with him too, because he put Drew to sleep on SmackDown, and I think their match that they're going to have at Extreme Rules is going to be a damn good one. Tuck, how are we feeling about Karrion Kross so far in his return?
He's looking strong, and I appreciate more of the focus on Scarlett, how she's more active and present. Like as Drew McIntyre's on the ground, Scarlett has to get really close to his face for like a little bit and just look at him awkwardly. So those little pieces of it too make me think of those two more of a unit, and I think that's going to be a great match.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of good stuff right now. I like what they're doing with Damage Control as the champions. They're getting a lot of backlash on Twitter for some reason. People don't think they're credible enough, but I'm like, how else would you book this trios group? Do you want them to go Retribution and just tear up the production set or something? Like, I don't know what else you could ask from them right now. I think they're being presented in a legit way.
I agree.
Ian, any other thoughts going on with wrestling, life, anything?
That's a deep question.
It's the Sunday Shoot. It don't matter. We can talk about anything here. We're just talking.
Outside of wrestling, going back to my weekend.
Here we go.
I'm not going to show the information on this, but I got stopped by a cop.
Oh.
Not okay. So Purdue. I don't know. Talk. How familiar are you with Purdue and their?
Not
driving?
very.
Okay, so I'm leaving Saturday morning, and I said, you know what? I'm going to stop by downtown and get some Chipotle for the ride home.
Good choice.
So I go to park. This parking lot was a bad decision because it was maybe about 20 feet wide, and there's cars on both ends. So I pull in there, go to park, and it's tough, especially with the truck. So I get into the zone, and I start kind of maneuvering myself, so I'm at least presentable. Yep, the AutoZone. And I'm already distracted because I look to my left and there's a cop talking to some other people. And apparently these people hit a cop car. I don't know. Couldn't be me. So I'm already distracted. I got a lot of stuff going on. It's homecoming week, so there's people everywhere. So I'm trying to get into a spot. And then I go for one more backup to get in. And I look behind me, nobody there. I go to back up, hit something.
Uh-oh.
It was a cop car that had pulled in at the last second as I was backing up.
Ian, what are you doing?
I don't know, but it was minimal damage. Did not speak a single word to the cop that I actually hit. It was the person that had just talked to somebody about hitting another car in that parking lot that came over. He was actually really nice. We worked it all out, but yeah, that was a great start to Saturday.
How much is that going to cost you?
I don't know. It was literally a scratch. At my truck, I ain't worried about my truck.
How is your truck still kicking? That's what I want to know.
I couldn't tell you.
I worry about you every time you travel to Terre Haute back home. This weekend, I'm going to be like, how are you going to get there? You might not play
for me too.
It's all right. This is your last semester, right? Like December is it?
Yep. After this semester, I don't know if I'm selling the truck yet, but I will be putting a down payment on an actual car. So that'll be nice.
Look at you. And you got the place that you were interning with that's probably going to employ you, right?
Yep. They already talked to me about that. So, yeah.
There you go. Ian, you're like the official OTM side piece. You're like our kingpin, some would say.
Oh, I'll take that one.
Me and Tuck kind of floated that idea around night. Vogus would probably be considered one too. We are the co-host, but you guys are like the what's the word I'm looking for, Tuck? That we were saying like Ian and Vogus could be like the spot fill-in co-host,
special guests. Yeah, like the I don't know.
You're the bench pieces.
Yeah, the mom, the bench,
the 6 men. Yeah, 6 man and 7 man.
It's good to have you guys around. If we ever need to fill some time and do a Sunday shoot, you're always free to come on and discuss whatever you want to talk about, because that's why we're here. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We gained about another 4 or 5 subscribers this week off of episode 114. We are popping off with about a couple hundred views per episode this past month. So we appreciate everybody that is watching the show, because sometimes that's more enjoyable. You can see the comments that are coming in live, because sometimes Erica will be doing a podcast and she just reacts to a comment without me pulling it up. And the people that are listening might not know what Erica's talking about like half the time. So I love Erica, though, by the way. Love Erica. Oh, yeah. She's our favorite. But Tuck, any final thoughts? Anything else you want to talk about, or are we ready to watch some football?
Can we talk about the White Rabbit thing?
Yeah, go ahead, because I talked about it a lot on Wednesday. I want to get your thoughts on the whole QR code and everything.
I made sure I got home so I could watch Smackdown and live and see it and be there for it, and then it never happened. Kind of sad. But fans in Salt Lake City came out to flyers on their car.
Really? I didn't know that.
There were flyers on the cars at Salt Lake City where Smackdown was, and the coordinates of there, it was a black page, White Rabbit, and then there were coordinates on the bottom, and the coordinates are where next week's show is.
Monday Night Raw, right?
No, SmackDown.
Oh, SmackDown. Okay. I don't know why I thought somebody said it was Monday Night Raw that the coordinates went to.
I'm going to look right now.
Well, that's what I warned Erica, too, because a lot of people were like, oh, Bray or whoever it is going to... It
is Raw.
Yeah. They thought he was going to show up on SmackDown, but I thought it was just a clue to get you to the next clue. Like, this is just going to be a trail of things until he inevitably would show up. I wasn't really fully expecting him to. Yeah, he goes, I think Raw is in Edmonton. Was that where the coordinates were going? Mm-hmm. So maybe we get more clues on Monday?
That Edmonton show is not until November 11th, or right?
No,
that's what it looks like.
The 26th. September 26th, Edmonton, Alberta. November 11th is Indianapolis.
Oh,
that is right. Okay,
right by you, Ian.
Nice hop, skip, and a jump right up there. I could make that.
We gotta have an OTM official on site.
We do.
That is true.
That's a home state show. We got to defend that. Yeah.
Erica's going to a SmackDown a month before we go to our SmackDown. So once again, we're getting back on the train of OTM attending all the events.
That's the one thing that stinks about here. We get house shows here, like up by us. Like there was a house show in Stockton, which is like 2 hours away last night, but it was the same roster from when they came to Reno. So I didn't feel like going. But we get a lot of pay-per-views down in Vegas, and we might be getting Revolution in San Francisco. We'll see you there, boys.
Oh, that's the rumor going around.
Mm-hmm. At the Cow Palace or Chase Arena.
Are you really expecting me to fly out to the West Coast 3 times in the matter of a year?
Yes.
Yes, because I'll be making it down once.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
I still got to book my WrestleMania flights, pal. Come on. One step at a time. But But yeah, do you think it's Bray though, the White Rabbit?
Well, yes. The spinning hourglass on the one GIF was interesting. I like the theory of like different people being the different characters that are being floated out there, like Karrion Kross being the White Rabbit and Braun being Huskus or whatever, like different characters but I just want to know.
Yeah, it's because it's a very intriguing way to sort of debut or re-debut somebody is with all these clues and everything. So now we're all just like waiting for that moment where he or she arrives. We really don't know who it could be, but
if it's not Bray Wyatt, are you going to be pissed?
They said if it's not Bray Wyatt, this person is going to be the most hated person on the roster and fucked from the beginning. If it's not Bray, everybody's just gonna boo him.
They're gonna treat him like the Shockmaster. Yeah.
Throwback. Gags reacting to Snapchats live on the show. Unprofessional. It's a Sunday shoot. We don't have to
shoot, brother.
It's a shoot, brother.
We're just talking. That's it. And I think we're done talking, guys. We're about 50 minutes in. I got to make my way to my parents to watch the noon slate of games. Good luck to your Bears. Not really. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. The Bears are going to lose.
I'm being a nice guy. I hope the Packers win by a good
You don't believe that. Hey, how about Albert hitting 700, though, guys?
That's incredible. That was insane.
Of course, it happens on Apple TV, too.
Somebody put a tweet out there like, Dad, did you see Albert Pujols' 700 home run? Sorry, son. It was on Apple TV, and we had a blackout restriction and couldn't actually watch it. Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of the streaming stuff, especially on like Thursday Night Football. You have to have an Amazon thing going on there. So now I'm a part of the Marini family. They gave me a profile on their account, so I'm Kyle Marini. Yeah,
wow,
feels good.
See that coming? Yeah.
I'm a part of two families now.
you got a share of the Gagliardi family, a share of the Packers, and now you got a slice of the Marinis. You're acquiring real estate.
Gags worldwide.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's good enough for this week's Sunday shoot. Like I said, we're probably going to be doing more of these. You'll see more of Ian, I'm sure. Ian, this is the final time I'm going to ask this. Any final comments?
I got nothing.
Okay.
It's a good shoot. Good shoot, brother.
Thank you for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your failure in life, and I'll see you next Saturday. Sure. Actually, will you be up on Friday?
Yeah, I'll be up Friday.
We should get some golden tea in it, buddy.
That's what I was going to mention that after we go offline.
By the way, Voodoo Ranger has a pumpkin beer out right now. Oh, Tuck, do you fuck with the pumpkin stuff?
I've got some in my fridge already. Oh, yeah.
I did find a new liking. I do like the apple cider IPAs. I'm a huge fan of those.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It is, and they're very good.
I drank when I was at your age, like when I turned 21, I think my first legal beverage was a Red's Apple Ale. Like I used to drink those sweet. I don't know how people do it. All right, guys. Thanks for checking us out live. If anybody's watching us on replay, make sure you subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We will be back on Thursday. Not sure what iteration of OTM will be here, but there will be people here. Don't worry about it. So we'll see you next time. Have a good Sunday, people.